Let me tell y'all how a man can physically and mentally drain you. So when I was like 19, I started working as a correctional officer. And I went in with the mindset like, yeah, like these inmates can't do nothing for me. Like, what a man in jail gonna do for me? You know what I'm saying? Like, really had my big girl up in his own. And I just was not gonna let nothing phase me. Cause you know when you go through the training like OJT or whatever, you know, they tell you how these inmates are, how they can manipulate you, how they can do this, how they can do that. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, yeah, okay. But when you get in there, it's a whole fucking different story. And if you know, you know. But I was also a sweet girl. I wasn't finna let nobody fuck over me. I wasn't finna let nobody play me. But it became to a point to where I started talking too much. And that's where they get you. Never fucking talk too much. If you are CO, if you OJT, just let me tell you. I hope this land on the right side of TikTok. Never talk too much to them inmates. I didn't look at it as like, trying to be friendly and, trying to get to know them or flirting or nothing like that. I strictly looked at it as like, he a person, I'm a person. He talking, I'ma talk too. Fuck it. That's where I went wrong. I should have just stayed strict. I should have just stayed being a bitch. And I would have never got myself into this. But anyways, to make a long story short, I ended up being with him. We talked, you know what I'm saying? Like, when he was in jail, we would talk or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then, and then he snuck me. Now that I'm talking about this,
Snug
I'm
me.
just very ashamed of myself. But I'm here being very transparent. Leave all them negative comments in the motherfucking. And if you got something fucking to say, keep fucking scrolling. So, like, I was in the picket or whatever, and he was outside the picket. So he started, like, signaling his mom number to me or whatever to reach him when he got out. So, blah, 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 blah. He ended up getting switched to another facility. I was that deep in with him that I really fucked with him that I quit my job. I was making good fucking money. If you know, you know. So when he transferred to another facility.
So before she finishes out this story, because this is already getting good, this is a BBW, obviously, right? Y'all saw the title of the video. How do somebody has to tell you to let a person that has to lock in, has a curfew, is in prison, don't let them manipulate you. How weak minded. I guess she's 19. Sure, she's 19. There's plenty of women in prison that are dealing with guys, that are getting pregnant by guys, that are doing sneaking stuff in, just doing all types of stuff to be with a dude, right? And they're going on these missions, these ride or die, even helping guys break out of prison. So it just goes to show you that the mind of some of these women, especially I just covered the video about women who get with these guys that's in prison, is crazy to me. And they really think that they got something like special. But anyway, we gonna finish this out. The dude was signaling his mom's number and she was sitting there either you got a good memory or you was writing it down to keep in contact with a dude in prison. Y'all ladies crazy, man. Let's go though.
I got in touch with his mom. His mom was like, okay, when he calls me, I'm going to throw you at a call and I'm going to let y'all talk. So when he called, she threw her at the call. We got on the phone. And he was just like, hey, like, I missed you. How you been? Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, where you in? Like, what you doing now? Did you quit? You still working there? And I was like, no, I quit. I got me a little job somewhere else. So anyways, we chopped it up for a little bit. And he was like, okay, well, set your phone up to this facility. Since you don't work no more, you can set your phone up. I can start calling you. So I was like, that's a very cool. So we figured all that shit out, whatever. So we started talking more and more, getting locked in more and more. So he was like, when you get out, he was like, when I get out, move to Dallas with me. At the time, I'm telling you, I was 19. I was vulnerable. I was fresh out of my last relationship. It was a lot going on. Don't fucking judge me. So I was like, what? I was like, no, are you fucking crazy? Like, I'm 19. What the fuck am I gonna do with you out there? He was like, you do hair, you do this, you do that. You get that shit jumping out there. I was like, you know what, you right. So I started giving it thought, giving into that jail talk. He made me believe that we could actually live out there together. So eventually, like, when he got out, I was like, okay, cool, whatever. I started packing my shit. My family started noticing because, like, I'm 19. I just graduated high school not too long ago. My family started noticing, like, what's she doing? What she got going on? Eventually, they picked up to it, you know what I'm saying? Especially my mama. My mama caught me on the phone talking to him, and she broke my phone. I worked, I got a new one, started talking to him some more behind my back. So eventually every day I started packing little shit every day to put in my trunk. Little shit every day. Monday, I would pack some shit, put it in my trunk. Tuesday, pack some shit, put it in my trunk. I didn't want to do everything at one time, so I didn't want people to be like, what the fuck you do? Literally, the only person that knew about this situation was my cousin. She was like, bro, you really gonna move out there? And I was like, yeah, I trust him. So I moved out there. This not the day he got out, but the day after he got out, I moved out. I literally fucking 19, still sleeping in a bed with my mama, like young as fuck, still learning about life, like had good things going for me working there, but I let a man persuade me to move out with him. So I left. Like I just left. I did not look back. I left. Soon as I got down there, like a month after I got down there, shit started turning for the worst. He would like spaz out on me. He would like put his hands on me. He would pull my fucking hair. He would pull chunks of my hair. One day I was in the mirror and I just started cutting out my hair. Just cutting it, just cutting. He walked to
I know once again the women are going to say, well, JR, she was 19, she didn't know any better. No, you do know better. You're taught at an early age. You do know better. Your mom even was telling you. You had to hide. If you had to hide stuff, that means that you don't know any better. Is that what you're telling me? If you had to hide, they're telling you your mom smashed the phone. You knew that. Women just like stuff like this. It's within them to deal with dudes like this. When you up and leave, you sleeping in the bed with your mom, don't get manipulated. Like you have all women get all the warnings, but then they'll turn around and say, well, it's crazy to me. Dudes pulling out your hair. I'm pretty sure you got the apartment set up. You got everything set up. You moved out there and dude immediately commits to these dudes know that y'all ladies have low self-esteem. You can easily spot a woman with low self-esteem based off of these things. And it's just like, oh, a man, men ain't shit, men do this and men do that. You're dealing with a pookie. You're dealing with a dude who has a curfew, has to lock in, and you're like, oh my goodness, he turned out to be this way, boo. Man, I don't feel no sympathy. And we did the OJT training say that they'll manipulate you. How? I don't know, man. Let's go.
him. He was like, I don't know why you cutting it. I'ma still pull it. Like I was just like so fucking mentally drained. I was at my worst. We had came back to Dallas to my hometown and to visit my family. That was like the happiest day of my life because I was just like, I'm so drained out there, but I never told them that. I never told them nothing because I made that decision and I didn't want nobody to be like, you know what, you did that. I didn't want nobody to say, I told you so. So I kept everything to myself. But when my mama seen me, she was like, a mother knows. A mother knows. She was just like, you just look you don't look like yourself. She was like, look at your hair. Look at your clothes. Look at your skin. You're not glowing. Your freshness then left. Like, you just look drained. Although, like, it wasn't all bad out there, but it wasn't all good either. I had got into a shop, started working in a salon out there, started doing hair, started making money. But my relationship with him was so unstable that I had to quit that job. I was living with his mama. His mama kicked us out. We became homeless. We was living in my car. We didn't have no money to eat. I remember us going to McDonald's and we literally had to get one McDouble apiece. I started losing so much weight out there. I started smoking weed. Like, it was to the point of where I couldn't eat unless I smoked weed. I was literally not myself. And I'm so glad that I'm just not that person no more. So eventually, like, we went back to Dallas or whatever. He was a veteran, so he was able to get us in a hotel to where, like, we could live there for a couple of months till we got on our feet. So after we moved in the hotel, I was like, can we just go back this weekend to visit my family? I was really plotting my escape. I literally left all my shit behind. Like, I didn't care because I didn't want to be like, why you taking all your shit? We just going this weekend to visit your family. So I left everything. When we got down there, an episode that happened to where I told my mama, I was like, I want to stay for a week. Can I stay here with y'all for a week and then I'll go back to Dallas? She was like, you more than welcome to stay. So I was like, okay, well, can you explain that to so and so, my boyfriend at the time? So yeah, she was like, you can take the car, you can go back to Dallas, and then, you can just pick her up like next week. He was not fucking having it. He said yes to my mama face, but deep down I already knew that it was gonna be a problem. So I walked outside and I was like, babe, you okay with that? Like, is everything all good? And I was like, I'm gonna ride with you to the store real quick. So we left and I got in the car with him and we get to the store or whatever. But as we come back from the store, I'm like, you haven't said nothing. Like, are you good? Like, is you okay with me staying with my family for a week? Like, he just like spazzed out. He just spazzed out. I don't even remember a lot of shit that happened. I just remember like, us having to pull on the side of the road because we fighting physically and he tripping like so hard. And I was just like, bro, if you keep tripping, I'm gonna run these people yard and I'm gonna call the police. I was just tired of being I was just tired of him putting his hands on me. Like I was just through with that. So I was like, I'm gonna call the police. You're gonna go back to jail. So he was like, you go in other people's yard, I swear to God, I'm gonna shoot them. So like I just get back in the car, I get back in the car. We get back in the yard. I'm just like boom crying. I'm like, Granny, he gonna shoot the people. He gonna shoot the people. He splurged off in my car, like literally. He splurged off in my car. Mom was like, call the police, call the police. He not just gonna leave in her car like that, whatever. So they called the police. The police looking for him in my car, and he eventually hid somewhere and got away. His mama picked him up. He got away. Whatever. I say all this to say that y'all don't fall for no bullshit. Keep your head on the swivel because these men were literally mentally and physically drained.
Nah, baby, you will mentally, physically drain yourself for making dumb decisions. And I get she admitted it, but you see, she has the car. She has to talk to her mom to talk to him to get permission to stay. It's just all types of foolishness. Women hate when I say this, but you like this. Just like the woman who was married to the Pookie and she gets all excited talking about these women get excited when they talk about these stories. They get excited. It was one thick BBW that was dealing with the dude. Same situation. Dude was spazzing out, wilding out, doing all this stuff. Women get a kick out of that. They love that emotional roller coaster. They love these toxic relationships. They just can't stay away from it. And the thick BBWs, they love it too. So this girl had all the warnings in the world, but she still went forward because women love a fantasy. They love a fairy tale. And that's what pookies, especially the prison pookies, are good at. And you got mind control over a woman. A regular dude in the street, she ain't about to listen to nothing. Dude be like, yo, I got a plan for us. I got this place. So you trying to do hair and all this stuff. We can work this out. Man, I ain't trying to hit none of that. And this dude is free. And she don't care about none of that. Her loyalty goes to the dude behind bars. So leave these women up to their likes and their vices. If they love cookies, let them go for it. Only thing you can give them at the end of the day is hard D and bubblegum, man. For a woman like this, she gonna have to earn it. She telling a story about how she went above and beyond. This dude ain't had no money. He was living with the mama. A lot of y'all ladies be moving in with men that's living with their mamas. Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think about this video. Comment below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Much blessings and abundance. Stick around for the next videos that's going to pop up on the screen below. That's where I'm going to see you guys at. It's your favorite everything. This is wisdom. Let's run it up to 1 million. Quit playing with me.